Consider this fact: you are the best in the world, then you can do anything you want. Hello everyone, here I'll be dealing with human neural system, which comes under the chapter neural control and coordination. Before we discuss about the neural system, let me just give you the idea how exactly neural system works. For that, let me just give you one small example. Let us assume that this tiny fellow is our lungs, and this another tiny fellow is our heart, and this mighty fellow, okay, is our brain, and another tiny fellow is our muscles, and another tiny fellow is our digestive system, that is stomach. Okay, so these are all the different organs which is found in our body, and they actually interact with each other. Okay, so all they interact when they do any physical process, got it, and they appreciate the functions of one another. This is very important thing of the neural system. So this is the head of all, and for example, like the lung is mainly for respiration, correct? So we know that. So inspiration and expiration is taking place in the lungs, and for that process we need the neural system to control the lungs. At the same time, the lung also like sends messages to the brain that it's working properly. Okay, so this is what actually they are complementing each other's work. So in any type of physical process, and it is applicable to heart also, it is applicable to the muscles also. For example, see, I'm doing all this stuff actually, so this is actually mainly because of the neural system. My brain is controlling, that is central neural system is controlling this. At the same time, like I can feel this, the board, the white marker board, I can feel it. So this is means like the stimulus is actually transmitting from here, because I have got so many neurons, to my brain, again complementing. Got it? So appreciating one another's functions. So this is called as coordination. This is called as the coordination. Got it? So different organs actually they appreciate and complement each other, okay, in the physical process inside the body. Okay, let us now we just go with one more important thing in our body. For example, see, this is a human being now. Okay, this is the real human being now, and mainly if you talk about the coordination, it is mainly controlled by two important components in our body. Okay, the coordination is maintained by two important components. The one is the neural system, and the second important system is this endocrine. So we have so many different types of endocrine glands, which includes the pituitary, the hypothalamus, thyroid. So there are different types of endocrine systems. The main function of the endocrine system is to release hormones. Okay, so the hormones will be released inside the blood vessels. The blood actually carries that chemical, the hormones, and it will be deposited in the target tissues, and the tissue does the work. Okay, whereas the neural system is entirely different, because neural system is mainly consist of set of cells. Okay, very complex cells called as the neurons. The neurons actually ultimately connected to one another and makes a huge big bundle, looks like a pipe, like this, like a pen. Got it? A big pipe. And ultimately it is connected to all the different parts of our body, and it's mainly does the fast kind of like transmitting stimulus from one place to the other place. So this is actually the main function of neural system, whereas endocrine system is bit slower. Okay, whatever it is, these two systems, neural system and endocrine system, they bring coordination and at the same time integrate all types of activities in our body. Okay, this is the thing. Now let us just go with the main concept, that is human neural system. Let me just erase this part. What is this human neural system? And let us discuss about the components before we discuss about the function. Human neural system, let me write here. Human neural system. Okay, it's very simple. I have already drawn kind of a rough diagram of our neural system, and we know that when we talk about neural system, the first picture comes to our mind is the brain. Okay, and other one is this long pipe, actually the vertical pipe. This one is the spinal cord. But there are other things also. Okay, so that is nothing but neurons. Ultimately, many neurons makes big fibers, and then again it is classified into so many different types of neural system. Okay, we'll see that human neural system mainly consists of neurons. Okay, so what is this thing? The neurons are nothing but specialized cells, okay, and highly specialized cells, and they help in the transmit of impulses or stimuli from one particular place to the other particular place, that is between central nervous system to the organ, or maybe organ to the central nervous system. This is actually the thing. This is a tiny neuron. Actually, a tiny neuron looks like this, whereas many millions of neurons ultimately make a structure like this. This is called as nerve fiber. This is nerve fiber, looks like a big pipe, correct? Okay, fine. So let us talk about the components of human neural system. The first simple thing, let me just erase this now, and we write the first type is CNS. What is CNS? Central nervous system. And other one is PNS. What is PNS? Peripheral. Okay, let me write here. Peripheral means edges. Peripheral neural system. This is central. The main central neural system. Okay. First, we see the components of central nervous system. The first important component of CNS is our brain. So brain is the important component, and the other one is the spinal cord. Yes. Okay. So brain and spinal cord actually makes central nervous system. Here you could see this is actually the brain, and this one, the green color long tube, is actually the spinal cord. These two components makes central nervous system. That's it. Okay. So now we'll just move to the PNS. What is this PNS? Okay, we are all familiar with the nerve fibers now. You know what is a nerve fiber. This is the nerve fiber. Okay, millions of neurons make a long and very thick structure like this. This is called as nerve fiber, and the nerve fibers which comes from the brain also, that is the first component of our central nervous system, like this. For example, optic nerve is also a type of the central nervous system nerve fiber, correct? Okay, so optic nerve or auditory nerve, they're all actually a type of cranial nerves. Okay, so this is called as cranial nerves. Okay, we just write cranial nerves. Whereas you could see here, even from the spinal cord also, there are many. How many are there? Actually 31 pairs of nerves, that is nerve fibers, which comes from the spinal cord, and they are all distributed throughout our body, like limbs, like hands, arms, then even legs also, correct? And even digestive system, even heart, everywhere, even lungs. Okay, so that is actually nothing but the nerves of the spinal cord. Whereas this part actually covers the major structures of our face, that is within the head actually. So that is cranial nerves. How many are there? 12 pairs are there. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are there. Whatever it is, the cranial nerves or the spinal nerves, whatever it is, they comes under PNS, peripheral nervous system. Okay, so let me just give you the types, particularly like the nerve fibers can be classified into two types based on the function it does, what type of function it does. The first type of peripheral nerve fiber is afferent fibers. So this afferent fibers could be your cranial nerves, at the same time spinal nerves. But what is the function of this? The function is very, very simple actually. It relays the impulses from organs to the CNS. Okay, so it actually relays the impulse from your organ to the CNS, that is actually from any organ. Okay, so let us assume that this is the human body, and this is the arm actually, and this is the CNS, and here actually let us assume that this is the stimuli, and now here we have the neurons, that is nothing but the peripheral neural systems, neurons, that is afferent fibers. These afferent fibers now take the stimuli and now release the impulses to the CNS. Okay, so this is the main function of afferent fiber, from organs to the CNS, or even I can write this as tissues or any parts of the body to the CNS. That is nothing but afferent fibers function. That is also a type of PNS. Got it? Afferent fibers. Afferent fibers is nothing but made up of millions of neurons, which makes a big fiber like this. This is afferent fiber. Okay. At the same time, even we have one more type of nerve fiber, that is called as efferent fibers. So we have two different types of peripheral nerve fibers, afferent and efferent. Efferent is exactly opposite, and even the cranial nerves, at the same time spinal nerves, also a type of efferent fibers. It is actually classified based on the type of function it does in the body. Okay, so in this case, once the brain receives the impulse from organ to the CNS, now from this CNS to that particular site of the stimuli, the message is sent, the relay of impulse from CNS to the organ. That is actually done by another type of or another set of fibers called as efferent fibers. So that means I'll write here, that is actually from CNS to your organs or tissues. Relay of impulse from CNS to the tissue or organs is done by another type of fibers called as efferent fibers. They are also cranial nerves and spinal nerves done. Okay, so hope you understood this now. So this is actually classification based on the relay of impulse by the nerve fibers. Okay, they are all nothing but cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Both are nothing but belongs to PNS. We cannot consider brain and spinal cord. Okay, so from brain and spinal cord, you could see the nerve fibers coming out. Okay, so they actually relay the impulse to the brain or spinal cord. Okay, let me erase this portion. Now we'll discuss about the classification of PNS. Okay, so should not get confused with the afferent fibers and efferent fibers. They are different actually. Okay, now the major classes of the PNS can be classified into two important types. The first one is somatic neural system. Okay, this is the first type of peripheral. It also contains cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Okay, so other one, the second type is autonomic nervous or neural system. Okay, so there are two types of PNS. What is the function of somatic neural system? Simple, they actually relay impulse from our central neural system. It could be brain or it could be spinal cord, whatever, it doesn't matter actually, from CNS to our skeletal muscles, or nothing but voluntary muscles. Okay, so if I want to lift my hand, so very simple actually, the impulse is from central nervous system to the site here. We have got so many skeletal muscles here, and with that, I'm doing all these activities. This is actually type of somatic neural system. That is actually nothing but the central neural system is controlling all my skeletal muscles. Got it? So that is the impulse is traveling from CNS to your skeletal muscles. Okay, so this is one type. Whereas autonomic neural system. Okay, so autonomic neural system is very simple. Actually, here the impulse is from CNS. Okay, so we change the color so it will be helpful for you. CNS to involuntary organs like the viscera. Viscera is nothing but your heart, even the smooth muscles like digestive system. They're all actually, the viscera, which makes viscera actually of the body. Okay, CNS to the involuntary muscles in our body, that is smooth muscles. Let me just write smooth muscles. Okay, so that is actually the main function of autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system also consists of your spinal nerves. Okay, so this is actually the thing to remember. Again, let me just tell you, autonomic nervous system is classified into two different types again. Okay, hope you understood this. Autonomic nervous system is CNS to the smooth muscles. Okay, let me just erase this, and I will again classify autonomic nervous system. There are two types. Okay, so the first type is sympathetic neural system, the first type. And the second type, let me write here, that is parasympathetic neural system, okay, which actually comes under autonomic neural system. Okay, that means very simple, autonomic neural system is nothing but CNS to your smooth muscles, that is viscera. What is the meaning of viscera? Viscera is nothing but all involuntary organs in our body, that is heart, even the stomach. Okay, so that is nothing but the viscera. Got it? That is the main function of autonomic neural system, which is connected to the viscera. Okay, sympathetic neural system is nothing but anything which actually increases the activity. They are also actually kind of called as flight neural system or fight neural system. Flight or fight, because actually they increases the activity of any type of viscera. For example, like suddenly like you see a tiger and automatically your heartbeat increases. That is because of sympathetic neural system. Rise in the heartbeat, increase in the heartbeat. Got it? So that is actually the first type of sympathetic, that is autonomic neural system, that is sympathetic neural system. Whereas parasympathetic, what is this? Parasympathetic. Once the heartbeat is increased, it has to calm down the heart, bring the heartbeat to normal. So that is the function of parasympathetic. It brings the physical activities to normal. Got it? Calm down. It just calms down the type of increase in the heartbeat or any type of activities. That's it. So one is actually to increase, the other one is to maintain, control the sympathetic neural system. Okay, so this is actually the classification of human neural system. I believe that you understood this entire concept. Thank you very much.